Good evening, friends. God bless you. Let us continue our study on Battle of Minds. And last 2 days we talk about the strategy, how to get victory in this battle of minds. First, we talk about don't believe everything you think. And the second, we discussed and learned that you cannot trust yourself. You cannot trust yourself. And today we are going to look into the third strategy, and which is guard your mind from garbage. Why it is important to guard your mind from garbage. And then we will also look into how we can guard our mind from garbage. So let us focus on first why it is important to guard our mind from garbage. Proverbs 14:15 says, "A wise person is hungry for knowledge, while the fool feeds on trash." We know that there are different kind of foods. Some food is good for your body. It will provide the nourishment and whatever body needs. Some food, we call it a junk food, that provides only calories, but there is no nutrition value in those foods. And some food are really toxic to your body. It will harm your body if you consume those foods. So there are different kind of foods. In the same way, for our spiritual body also, there are different kind of food. Some food that will help you grow and become strong spiritually. Some food it is just like a junk food. It has no nutritional value. It will not build you. And some spiritual food is just like a trash or toxic that will destroy instead of helping you. If you feed on those kind of food, it will destroy your spiritual life. Let me read 1 Corinthians 10:22 and 23. Paul says, "Are we trying to provoke the Lord to jealousy? Are we stronger than He? Everything is permissible, but not everything is beneficial." Let me stop here. Everything is permissible, but everything is not beneficial. Paul says that yes, we have a free will. God has given us a free will. And with the free will comes some choices we make. Everything is permissible. All kind of food we can eat. But we know that some food are harmful. So everything is permissible, but not everything is beneficial. Also, Paul says everything is permissible, but not everything is edifying. The word edifying here, Paul is using very peculiar, very specific Greek word in a Greek Bible. New Testament was written in Greek. The Greek word for edifying is oikodomio. Oikodomio means repairing a house. Now, why Paul is using this particular word, oikodomio, means repairing house? Because we are living in a fallen world. We are living in a devil's territory. We are living, whether we like it or not, in a constant 24/7 intense spiritual warfare, which cannot be fought with conventional weapon. And our fight is not against anybody but the forces of darkness. And those battle is so ravaging that it is inflicting cracks and wounds on our spiritual life. And Paul says that if everything is permissible, but not everything is edifying. So whatever spiritual food you are taking, it is not repairing your spiritual house, your inner spiritual house. If you don't take the right food, number one, you have the cracks in your spiritual life. And number two, you have to fix those cracks. But if you feed on trash food, not the real food, then you will never repair those cracks. What will happen in your natural houses if it has cracks, and if you don't fix it, those cracks will grow and then eventually the house will come down. So Paul is giving us a warning. Now think this way. I want to just give you the example. You would not invite some people and say, hey, my house is so nice, I have a nice backyard, why don't you come here and commit the murder and we will watch it? You will not invite anybody and have them murdering somebody in your backyard and you will watch it. But how many times you constantly are watching murders, the almost pornography kind of movies on the TV? What you are feeding on, what your family is feeding on. Paul is warning that everything is permissible. We have free will, but everything is not beneficial and everything is not edifying. They are not repairing the cracks that devil is inflicting on you on a daily basis. Some people would say that, well, God has called me to be just faithful. Why I have to focus on guarding my mind from garbage? I can watch whatever I want, I can do whatever I want, as long as I'm remaining faithful. That's not quite right though. Let us read John 15:16. It says that you did not choose me, but I choose you, and I appoint you to go and bear fruit. God is expecting us to be faithful and fruitful, not just faithful. So if devil is saying that, don't worry about it. As long as you are faithful to God, it's okay. No, my friends, God has chosen us to be fruitful. But if we are not guarding our mind and heart, then how we can bear fruits? Let me read something from Psalm 103. David says that I will refuse to look at anything vile and vulgar. I hate all who deal crookedly. I will have Psalm 101 verse 3 onwards. I will have nothing to do with them. I will reject perverse ideas and stay away from every evil. I will not tolerate people who slander their neighbors. I will not endure conceit and pride. I will search for faithful people to be my companion. Only those who are above reproach will be allowed to serve me. I will not allow deceivers to serve in my house, and liars will not stay in my presence. So devil says that I will be very careful. I will guard my mind. I will watch whom I am surrounded with. Who are my companions? Who are my friends? Whom I am allowing in my presence? I will be very, very careful. David says that I will guard my mind. He understood the importance of guarding minds. So now, can we guard our minds by ourselves? No, we cannot. We have to guard minds, that is true. That is fact. It is very important to guard minds. But we cannot, if we cannot trust ourselves, how we can guard our minds? We cannot guard our minds. So who will? God will guard our minds. How? Paul has given us some really, really, really good steps. Let me read Philippians 4:6-8. Let me read first, and then we will analyze. Paul says, Philippians 4:6-8, don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. Tell God what you need and thank Him for all He has done. Then you will experience God's peace, which exceeds anything we can understand. His peace will guide your hearts and minds as you live in Christ Jesus. And now, dear brothers and sisters, one final thing: fix your thoughts on what is true and honorable and right and pure and lovely and admirable. Think about things that are excellent and worthy of praise. What Paul is talking here, in a simplest form: don't resist, but replace. Don't resist, but replace. So let me analyze this thing. Paul is talking here. Number one, we cannot guard our minds. Number two, God is able to guard our minds. How? Two things. One is we have to have God's peace. And once we have God's peace, the peace itself will guard our minds. And once peace guards our minds, then we have to focus our thoughts, what we are thinking, our thoughts on what is true, honorable, and right. So two-step process. First, we have to guard God's peace, which will guard our minds, and then we have to focus our thoughts on what is true, honorable, and right. How we guard God's peace? Because God's peace will guard our minds. And Paul gives the 4 steps. So first 2 things, get the peace, God's peace, and then focus on what is right. But to get the God's peace first, you have to do 4 things. Number 1, worry about nothing. Number 2, pray about everything. Number 3, tell God what you need. And number 4, thank Him for all He has done. If you do these 4 things, the peace will come by itself. You don't have to worry about it. This is God's part then. Your part is worry about nothing, pray about everything, tell God what you need, and thank Him for what He has done. Assume that He has done everything. Thank Him for what He has done. If you do these 4 steps, then the God's peace will come, which will guard your minds from all the garbage. And once peace starts guarding your mind, then you have to focus on what is true and right, that is God's words. And that's how you will not resist the temptations, but you will replace it. You will replace it. You're tuning a new channel to what is true and honorable, and right. If you do these things, then you are guarding your mind from garbage, which will ultimately give you victory in this battle of minds. Friends, it is very, very important. Whether you like it or not, devil is inflicting wounds and cracks on your spiritual life on a daily basis. And as Paul says that everything is permissible, but everything is not beneficial and everything is not edifying. And if you don't guard, those cracks will remain unattended and it will bring some very hard times. So let us be careful and focus on this strategy of guarding minds to get victory in this battle of minds. God bless you and thank you.